government's checkbook is not going to solve the problems that we have. We are never going to get anywhere until you decide that you individually care enough about your community to do something about it. 910 AM Superstation. We're the hottest station in town. Good morning, Metro Detroit. Kerry Leon Jackson, your urban conservative. How are you this morning? Time now is 6 o'clock in the morning. If you've got to be there by 7 o'clock, you've got 1 hour to get there. Listening to 910 AM Superstation, Metro Detroit's only urban talk radio station. The number here in the studio is 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. First things first, today is an air quality action day due to the Canadian wildfires. If you did not see, so yesterday we had an air quality action day, and many of the headlines pointed out that the weather in Chicago, Detroit, and Milwaukee was the worst air quality in the world on this planet, period. It didn't get any worse than the air that we had to breathe. Those of us who, take up the Midwest, and we first catch the wave of all of the bad air that's coming over from Canada. Chicago, Detroit, and Milwaukee. Think about that area, that little triangle, and think about just how horrible things have to get for them to actually tell you these are the three areas, these are the three worst areas, and we live in one of those areas. So if you're heading out today, take your N95, M95 mask with you and wear it. I went out yesterday and didn't take a mask with me, and my allergies have been bothering. My throat has been itchy. I wound up having to use my asthma inhaler last night. I messed up. I didn't pay attention yesterday to the all of the reports. I'm going to pay attention to them today. I promise you that. And the other thing is, I'm going to keep the windows closed. Jay posted something and I reshared it, where she pointed out if you looked out the window yesterday, you might have thought that what you saw was fog yesterday at about 4 or 5 o'clock. It's not fog. That's the smoke that has blown over our part of the country. Will be blowing further down and affecting the rest of the country, but we get it first. And so we've got to wind up doing something about it, and we've at least got to protect ourselves. So even though the temperatures might be a little warm and you want to open the window and get a breeze, close those windows today. Close those windows if you're in our area. If you are in, and if you're in any of the areas with the horrible air quality, the Detroit, Milwaukee, Detroit sort of triangle, you got to make sure that pretty much covers all of the state of Michigan. You've got to protect yourself today, because the stuff that we're breathing in is not normal stuff. It's the kind of stuff that will send you to the hospital. Right, 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. So if you have not yet heard, and especially those of you who regularly listen to my show, you know that Minister Malik Shabazz, who's a regular member and part of the 910 AM Superstation family, which is only part of all of the things that he's done. I mean, I've talked to enough folks in the last couple of days. I originally met the minister before. There was one long-term client that I had back in the mid-90s who required a lot of support from the community. And Minister Shabazz was there with her all the time, but I knew him before that, because y'all know that he regularly would always be at the courthouse with some mother seeking justice for whatever happened to her son or her daughter. And so I've literally known him for most of the 30 years that I've been in town, 35 years actually, that I've been in town. And you know that, he was on our show. We talked about this. Y'all talked to him Thursday and Friday, and that he jumped in the feed even Monday morning, roughly about 6:30, 6:45. He was due to receive a presidential award in Lansing at 10 o'clock. but unfortunately, God had other plans, and the minister suffered a heart attack and is now in critical condition over at Henry Ford Hospital. Yesterday, there was a prayer vigil. I'm sure that there will be other prayer vigils. Many folks on less than 24 hours notice. I mean, as some of the other media outlets that showed up pointed out, there were more than 100 of us out there yesterday. Um, the folks that got the attention were, the mayor was there, and our county executive was there. Our county executive was not seeking attention. The police chief for the city of Detroit showed up. Everybody showed up because everybody's concerned. And I think that all that we can do at this point in time is it's in God's hands. I know that there are those of you out there who listen to the show who don't believe in God. Yeah, I'm not interested in talking to y'all today. It's in God's hands now. Everybody that believes in God and prays, this is your time to do what you do. And I've seen prayer work before. And so at this stage, I'm praying. And any of y'all that believe in God and you understand that prayer changes things, and if you pray hard enough and if it's in God's will, then the minister will get up out of that bed at Henry Ford Hospital and be back among us at some point soon in the future. But I urge some of you also to do this. Go to the minister's Facebook page and read the post that he made within the last week. I reshared one that he posted about 6 days ago, where he pointed out that he knew that he had been pushing himself too hard and that it was time for him to slow down and take a break and to back away. And as everybody said at the press conference, I mean, at the prayer vigil, yeah, it turned out to be a press conference, but the prayer vigil, which became a press conference yesterday, that the minister, for the 35 years that I've known him, apparently for 40 total years, has been there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Come, beyond the post office thing, snow, sleet, rain, any of that other stuff. He's always been there. And he pushed himself to always be there to support mothers who called on him because, of one issue or another. What he called, y'all know he called it victim advocacy, crime prevention and intervention, intercession. The most recent thing, which apparently has been, a phrase that the mayor's office put into the state of the city plan. They call it shot stopping to try to convince some of the people who plan to go out and shoot in our community that they were coming up with plans to try to reduce some of the violence in our community. He's always done what he phrases as urban peace and justice. And as long as I've known him, I've tried my best to support him. I know that most of you have tried your best to support him as well. The only way we can support him right now is by prayer. 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. I'm waiting on the high sign to indicate, because while I was out at the prayer vigil yesterday, I saw an old friend that I hadn't seen in quite some time. And he now runs a group. His name is Marvin Walker. Marvin runs an organization called Elite Focus, which apparently Marvin has at least 3 different homeless shelters. Marvin and many of the folks that are out there that were out yesterday, everybody has a different line of providing some sort of service to the people, those who need help in the community. And the truth of the matter is, whether Minister Malik Shabazz recovers or if we've got to learn how to, move forward. Anyway, the work still needs to be done. There's still people in the community who I realize there are plenty of you in the community who are blessed, who have had the opportunity to go ahead and live very, very lucky, very rich type lives. Whether it's been, you've been blessed with a bunch of money, whether you've been blessed with a bunch of opportunities, whether you have the love of a lot of family, love and support of a lot of family and friends. Everybody doesn't have that. And the truth is, there are people out there who are in need. A lot of them are in our community, and they're in need. We can toss back and forth over and over again the reasons why they're in need, whether you want to, just blame it all on the white man or this or that. Bottom line is there are people in our community who are in need, and the job is upon each and every one of us to do our part to try to help. When I say our part, I can't tell you what your part is. I don't really think you can tell me what my part is. I think that you've got to recognize, though, that if you've had the opportunity, the gift to do something, if it's just to get up today, you woke up today not to just waste a day, not to be mediocre. You woke up with an opportunity to try and go out and do something and to try and get it right, to try and do better than you did yesterday. And we need to actually start to do that. We don't concentrate on that. I know that I don't talk about it enough on my show. I can't tell you what other people talk about on their shows, but I know that we need to focus a lot more time, energy, and effort on picking up the slack, not just worrying about, okay, Minister Malik's got that. I don't really have to worry about it. I don't have to get involved. I can go over here and I can be nosy. I can stay at home. I can watch Netflix. I can do A, B, C, and D. Well, we can't do that. We really, really can't. I need to know from y'all, what is it that you believe you can do differently to try to pick up the slack? To understand that in order, if you read the post that the minister put on this page about 6 days ago about how, that he's having some health challenges, that there are some medicines that he's got to take now that he hadn't been taking, some that he's got some new medicines being introduced in his life, I think the way it went, and some of the old medicines have had to come back, and that he's got to slow down. And he's apologizing to the mothers that, please be patient with him. He wants to get to all of the mothers. He wants to serve everybody in the community, but he can't. He can't do it all at one time. He can't save the world by himself. So I need to know from y'all, what is it you believe you can do? 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. I'm not catching y'all off guard. I hope that y'all have thought about this before. I hope that you know that the duty to do something, to take care of those of us who are, they don't have all of the things and all of the blessings that we have. This is not just brand new. It's not that, you just been blessed with this. Y'all have known this for quite some time. You have known. I hope that it didn't take an event like a soldier in the community winding up having God tell him it's time for you to slow down. I need you to sit still for a minute. I hope that it didn't require that to wake y'all up. I hope that you've already been awakened, and I hope you've already got some ideas about what you can do, what all of us can do individually to try and make our community better. And I need to hear that from you today. 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. Hopefully when we come back on the other side of the break, by then, I'm hoping that Marvin or a member of Elite Focus Homeless Shelters are on the phone. But even if they're not, I need to talk to y'all. Everybody's got, whether you are committing to starting a nonprofit, whether you plan to feed the homeless, whether you want to teach kids to stop being violent. What are the things that you can do right now, today, that you believe that you can do, the things that are within your power to try and make our community a little bit better? What can you do to pick up the slack so that Minister Malik Shabazz can slow down and live and take the time to get back to being healthy all over again? 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. Those of y'all that are on the line, instead of me, y'all know the word, instead of me just putting you on the line and giving you 10 seconds, I'm going to start taking some of them calls when we come back on the other side of the break. 313-778-7600. I'm going to take the first break of the morning. It's a very quick break. It's only 3 minutes. We'll be right back.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I had no energy. for months and months and months. I had no energy, and I'm a very active person. And my husband was noticing that I was tired all the time, and I was slow at everything that I was doing. And I kept listening to the commercials, and you don't know if something's going to help you or not. But I decided this was something I was going to do. And lo and behold, in about 4 days after taking them, I was repotting plants. I was doing other things. My husband said to me, "You seem to have more energy." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm fine." And I'm telling you, nothing has ever made such a difference. So anyway, I'm very happy.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code RADIO5.
Attention! Do you owe back taxes, fines, and penalties to the IRS? The IRS now offers new relief options for taxpayers affected by COVID-19, but you can't go it alone. Call Tax Solutions now. Our team of former IRS agents and tax professionals can get you the best deal. We know the COVID-19 rules. Call us and never speak to the IRS again.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
The virus has caused the IRS to take extensive action to help taxpayers. So if you owe $10,000 or more, this is the best time in years to settle your tax debt.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
Remember, the IRS will not give up until you pay. Call 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499.
My38 is offering a great special that cannot be refused. Are you looking for a great deal on TV advertising? Are you searching for an avenue to get your business name out to the public? With My38, we are offering a great special with 100 commercial ads for a great price. This offer is for a 30-day ad placement. Please contact Devin C. for more information at 248-357-4566 or email at d.calhoun@thewordnetwork.org. This excludes political ads. Have you thought about a ministry program on the 910 AM Superstation? Want to expand your personal ministry or broadcast part of your service? We have prime radio time available now to expand your ministry. Call us and ask for Henry, 248-357-4566. Tell the story of your church. Tell the old story on 910 The AM Superstation. Call Henry at 248-357-4566. A modest investment is requested.
Welcome back, Metro Detroit. It's Kerry Leon Jackson, your urban conservative. You're listening to 910 AM Superstation, Metro Detroit's only urban talk radio station. The number here in the studio is 313-778-7600, 313-778-7600. If you just tuned in, yes, everything that you've heard on all of the other news outlets is true and accurate. Our own Minister Malik Shabazz suffered a heart attack and is in critical condition right now over at Henry Ford Hospital. And only thing that we can do at this point is pray. It is get down on your knees, put them hands together, tune out everything else, and pray that the brother survives. 313-778-7600. What are the things that you believe that you can do to try to help in our own community so that what can we do to start to pick up some of the slack? As I pointed out before we went to break, if you've read the post that Minister Shabazz posted about 6 days ago where he explained that he was having some health challenges and he knew that he needed to slow down a little bit, the burden is on the rest of us to step in and pick up that slack. What can you do to help? 313-778-7600. Let's talk to Tony. Good morning.
Good morning, Kerry.
How are you?
I'm doing the best that I can do. I love Minister Malik Shabazz. I've been knowing him since the early 90s. He is amazing. His work speaks for itself. And my prayers are with him and Sister Keela and the family. We're going to get through this, family. We are praying, and our prayers are reaching the Creator. we will get back up. And we got your back. And we are supporting you with love, and your strength will prevail.
Thank you, dear. I gotta tell you, I needed to hear more of that yesterday at the prayer vigil. I heard, I don't know, I guess everybody, with this happening and that it's so sudden, everybody's got a different reaction. I believe in prayer, and I think that that's the number one thing that we can do. And and for those of you,
the positive
he
energy.
needs all of the positive energy you can get. Prayer changes things, y'all. It really, really does.
Absolutely, it is. We say that, but I'm kind of like a science nerd, and it can be proven. This is on a quantum level. You can't see air, but you can see the effects of land.
Well, I can tell you this.
So,
There have been too many times that I have counted on and prayed for something, and I've seen it happen. I've seen prayer work.
yes,
And so that's my thing. When I meet somebody that wants to tell you, "Oh, God doesn't exist and prayer doesn't," I'm like, get away from me. I like to respect the fact that everybody's got the right to believe in whatever they want to believe in, but I've seen it work. So so I've got no reason to doubt it at all. And I just hope and pray that other folks wind up, that something happens in their life where they decide that they can see that it works as well. So keep praying, sister.
absolutely.
All right. Have a
Yes,
great
sir.
day, Tony. Let's
You
go
too,
to Minister Michelle. Good morning, Minister Michelle. How are
morning.
you this morning?
All is well. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. First, let me say I am definitely praying for Minister Malik Shabazz, and that he would totally recover, that God would totally heal him, and that other people will step in. The mighty man of God does a mighty job out there. I've had opportunity to go out with him and pass out flyers and work with him some, and he's doing a great work. And others do need to step up and do, help clean up the community. So one of the things that myself have been pushing along with the Lions Club International is we get donated furniture. People that would normally be throwing out their furniture and putting it in front of their houses and messing up the landfills and our water system. Because when you throw out stuff, that does not help our environment. And it just junks things up. It fills up the landfills with furniture that shouldn't be, and it doesn't help the water system. It pollutes our water system. So we've been out passing out furniture, and to date, we have filled up over 500 homes of furniture, nice furniture. There are so many people that don't want to have their items sold at a resale shop. They want to give it away. So on July the 15th, we're going to be out at the Maiden House at 16111 Woodward in Highland Park, right on the main thoroughfare. And we are going to be giving away couches, beds, dining room sets, pool tables. And these are just some of the things that I know. We have designer clothes and suits, men's suits, women's suits, baby clothes, toys, nice things. We just gave away a drum set to a family with 9 kids. And so that's one of the things that we've been out here diligently doing almost every weekend. It started out, Carrie, where we were just doing it a couple of times a year, but the need has been so great. There's so many people that are literally living in homes with absolutely no furniture, living on a bed, sleeping on the floor.
Sleeping on the floor, you're right. I say it all the time. I've been in those homes.
I had no idea how many people are out here with nothing. One cup, one plate. So come on, community. If you have something to donate, you can bring it to the Maiden House on the 14th or the 15th of July. And again, that address is 16111 Woodward. I'm going to say it again, 16111 Woodward. That's the Maiden House Ministries. It's about 2 doors down from the Powerhouse Gym. So we'll be out there the 14th and the 15th. And for those who have listened before and come out before, they got nice things. We don't take junk.
All right.
If it's nice, we'll take it and give it to people. So we'll be out there from 12 to 7 p.m. on the 14th. And if you're coming to volunteer on Saturday, the 15th, we'll be out there at 8 o'clock. But the donation giveaway will start at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, July the 15th. And for those of you who want to volunteer, tell your high school students, grade school, college.
Is there a number that they can call you if they want to wind up getting more details and they want to volunteer?
Yes, sir. They can call me at 248-238-4863. Again, that's 248-238-4863. And so we'll be out there, and that'll help our communities and put furniture in people's homes and help clean up the stuff that could potentially.
Every little bit helps. You're right.
Every little bit helps.
Thank you, dear. Have a great day.
All righty, sir.
All right.
Thank you. You as well.
Let's go to Kenny. Good morning, Kenny.
Good morning, man. It's sad to hear that the brother, what he's going through. My prayers go out to him and Akila. I usually see her when I'm down to the city council meeting when she comes down. I did a lot of work with the brother Malik. When my daughter got killed, we put a march together, march around looking for the guy that did the killing of my daughter over there. And, I'm dealing with a situation where my son was in an accident 2.5 weeks ago, broke his neck. So right now he's on the machine and everything. My only kid left. So that's what I didn't make the march yesterday because I'll be at the hospital with him. And we got prayers going out for him to wake up and stuff because he's on dialysis. They got him on dialysis. He was on the machine, on the breathing machine and everything. So it's just a heavy load that I'm carrying too, but I'm also praying for the brother Malik. I know a lot of people that know about my son because I have called in and told them, but we dealing with a lot. We are praying that he wakes up and everything. It's been 2 weeks. He had broke his neck. He was in an accident riding with his friend. His friend was flying down the freeway. He was in the back seat. They tried to go up the bank and hit a wall, flipped over 3 times. So I'm dealing with that right now. So I'm just trying to stay strong because I've been dealing with a lot. Granddaughter, daughter, now my only son left. So I'm like I said, I'm keeping Malik in prayer and pleading the blood over him and my son.
Brother, we're gonna keep you in prayer as well. You kidding? We know, not just that you always been there and been supportive and always looking for ways to help in the community. But right now, y'all, I'm saying if you've got enough room in your prayer, when you make your prayer list out, make sure that you put Kenny and his family on the list because they absolutely, positively need it. All right. Thanks for calling, Kenny.
Man. Appreciate it, brother.
All right, y'all.
God bless you, too. God bless you and your family,
Thanks,
too.
brother. 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. We're going to take the second break of the morning. It's a very quick break. We'll be right back.
The all-new 910 Superstation is your #1 source for urban talk radio. If you're looking for the best in radio programming, look no further. You can now listen in on a multitude of audio platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Listen Notes, and coming soon to Amazon Music, Good Pods, and Overcast. 910 AM Superstation, the largest, strongest, 50,000-watt urban radio station in town. 910 AM Superstation has the greatest advertising deal ever with our Godfather package. 100 spots for $600 with a must-air within 30-day policy, and we will even produce the spots free. That's right, free. Call Devin C. now at 248-357-4566. That's 248-357-4566. Or email at d.calhoun@thewordnetwork.org. This excludes political ads.
WADL gets a facelift and is now My 38 Detroit. Along with a facelift comes new programming. On Mondays at 8 p.m., catch a 2-hour block of Law & Order SVU. Tuesdays, Chicago Fire. Wednesdays, Dateline. More Dateline and Chicago PD on Thursdays and on Fridays. You'll get more Chicago PD to start your weekend. We'll still have some of your favorite shows like Mom, Blackish, and Friends. Just adding more for you to enjoy on My 38. The Word Network has been broadcasting inspirational messages around the world since the year 2000, and we keep getting bigger and better and more innovative. Seen all around the world, we bring you the best teaching, impartation, singing, and inspiration. If you want original programming, we have that too. The Word Network is your exclusive source for all things inspiration, and we can be found on every device imaginable. If you want to be uplifted and inspired, you need the Word Network.
Did you know most vitamin supplements don't even come from food? Even the products with colorful fruits and vegetables adorning the labels are seldom derived from produce. Typically, supplements are synthetic, made in a laboratory. Modern science may synthetically imitate these chemicals, but your body isn't fooled. It knows the difference, and it craves quality materials to build, repair, and fight illness. You need to consume fruits and vegetables daily in a variety of colors, as well as whole grains and other fresh food. That's why I formulated Balance of Nature. I wanted to be able to give my patients a natural alternative to the cheap, unnatural chemistry by giving them real fruits and vegetables. In fact, the only ingredients inside of Balance of Nature are whole fruits and vegetables. Don't settle for imitation nutrition. Reach for the good stuff, the real stuff.
Call 1-800-246-8751 or go to balanceofnature.com. Get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code RADIO5.
Welcome back, Metro Detroit. This is Kerry Leon Jackson, your urban conservative. You're listening to 910 AM Superstation. The number in the studio is 313-778-7600. It's 313-778-7600. For those of y'all that are texting about the 910 app, the engineer already knows it. I think he just restarted it. So try again because I think it's up now. 313-778-7600. Let's go back to the phones. Let's talk to Dorian. Good morning, Dorian. How are you?
Good morning, brother. Good morning. Thanks for taking my call. Well, it's been a trying time because Brother Malik he's been on the front lines for a long time. A lot of folks, those who know, you know what I'm saying? And it's a shame when you talk about what we can do. We must lead by example. It's really what a lot of people don't understand. His argument has often been one of the things that I've been lately on anyways, as far as protecting our people, our women, and highlighting injustices that go on within our community, being aware. And we have too many Black men in this city, in this metro region, who are basically, I would call it self-involved. No knowledge of self, don't understand the power of what they can do. And they just want to get along just to get by. You have some that are like that, and you have some that are just so self-involved and so like.
You understand there's a reason that they're like that. That's the way they were developed. There's been too much of this. We're going to step back and we're not going to take an active role in what's going on in our community. And there's been a movement for at least about 20, 25 years for folks to just become more self-involved, to forget about everybody else and everything else. You know, and the thing is, I challenge you. Yeah, there were 2 or 3 folks out there yesterday who, you know, when they said, you know, we want all of the activists to come up, there are 2 or 3 of the folks that can come up. But it just think about, is there anybody else truthfully in this town that would be able to do all of the work that Minister Malik Shabazz does? No.
And that was, and see, Kerry, that was the problem. Just like he posted, like you said earlier, he already forewarned this. I'm tired because he's the only one that's on TV talking about it. He's the one only at a visual, at a shooting, at a protest. Him. And when it's just him, if there's not multiples of us, if they don't see multiple faces, young people, if the community don't see more and more people stepping up. And like I said before, you don't have to be grandiose. You don't have to put yourself necessarily on the front line, but lead by example. Don't be that dude that's in the community causing havoc, and then you know people watch. You know that most of us don't want to. We don't want to send each other up to slavery, in a sense, prison. So that's this whole, where's the leadership at? When you're out here sipping lean, wearing tight pants, and you still traffic. But then you wonder why your community looks the way it looks, and you wonder why you get treated the way you get treated. That's our problem. And he was always trying to point that out to us. And
here's the thing, though. I understand. We all know that. The thing is, it's time to change. It's time for everybody to look in the mirror and take a step and say, what can I do more? The minister he's tired. He needs to rest. You know, try and get his health and his strength back. Akilah needs her husband back. The community needs him back. But the truth is, the community also has to step in and pick up some of that slack. And everybody's got to do something. Everybody's got to do their part. If not, the work's going to go undone. And there's no way that you can say that this brother's been out here fighting for 35 years, and I've known him for 40 years. That's what they were pointing out. That's why he was getting the award, that he's been doing it, and that there's nobody else that can step in and do it just as hard, to have that actual commitment. Commitment is something that's got to come from within, y'all. You've got to make up your own individual mind that you plan to do something about it. Until you make up your own individual mind, it's not going to work.
Like you said earlier, it doesn't matter how big or small it is, just every little bit counts. You could be a coach, you could be a mentor, you could see the old lady up the street, you could be cutting, make your community better, be a better example so he don't have to come out for all of this. We won't get took. That's the problem. He tirelessly went and did everything when there was lots of reasons for him not to. He could have easily been like a lot of these what I like to call these rippers, these race hustlers, and just got his bag and took off.
Listen, the rest of us got to step up. So thanks for calling this morning, brother.
All right, brother.
313-778-7600. Let's talk to Jerry. Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
Fine. Good morning, Dr. Jackson. I'm fine. I hope you are doing okay.
I did not wear a mask yesterday, and I'm paying for it right now, because that's why you hear the cracks in the voice and everything.
God help you.
Right.
God help you, Dr. Jackson. Dr. Jackson, you know, regard Minister Brother Malik Shabazz, I was very sad to hear that he got some heart issue. I wish him the best recovery, and to his family faith and strength. And I hope from mighty God that he will be back to the normal life, except we'll tell him, please, minister, slow down. Life is too short. Don't over pushing it. And that goes to you too, Dr. Jackson. You should slow down too. I don't want nothing happen to you. Okay? My brother, Dr. Jackson, I do believe brother Muslim all over the world and here in metropolitan Detroit they celebrate the first day of their holy Eid, holiday, Eid al-Adha
That's
al-Mubarak,
Thursday, right?
when they go to Hajj in Mecca. So I wish all the friend Muslim, especially in the great metropolitan area, and especially to our friend who call your show Brother Jihad, and the rest of our Muslim friends around here, wish them the best. Again, my best to Minister Shabazz. Come back home, please. And I want to thank Minister Michelle for what she's doing for the community. And I wish the brother who got his son in a hospital for a car accident, I wish him fast recovery. Thank you, Mr. Jackson, for
Thanks for
taking my
calling
call.
and thanks for being there, Jerry. We appreciate it. We really do.
God bless
Have
you.
a great morning. Let's talk to Robin. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning, happy baby. Yes, I've been on Malik Survive for years, and the brother that just spoke, he spoke well, but I'm gonna be true with the short. We ain't about nothing. Those other cities, they protest. I be trying to protest. We be trying to get these airs straight about how they treat these people in the stores and stuff. You know, they don't want to say bottles, the meat they be selling. And people be like, ain't nothing wrong with the meat to me. You know, it is something wrong with it. You got more pushback black people than the ones that don't stand up. But Detroit, I don't care. We ain't nothing. We don't have no backbone. And then the mentors. And I'm talking about my friend, my best friend, Julia, SCLC. He gave me a mentor over there. Some of these little black kids don't even know what NAACP stands for. But they think it stands for Negroes always asking Caucasian people for permission. You know, that's just messed up. And then the mayor, I don't know why they don't have no masks, giving away masks. I live by the water, and I'm choking right now from smoke coming over from Canada. You know, you would think they would give out masks, but the city council, they ain't nothing else. Our black people ain't is nothing. I'm sick and tired of it. Thank you. Have a good day.
Robin, we love it when you call. I understand. I can hear the frustration in your voice. The truth is, we can't just be mad at everybody about stuff. You got to decide that you're going to do something about it. You can't listen. 10 people can complain, 20 people can complain. If there's one thing that we've all seen, and it's just Shabazz is out there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for every single thing, as he calls it, urban peace and justice. He made a commitment. He made a commitment and he put his heart and soul, and as we now see, his body into that commitment every single solitary day. Somebody else out there has to make that commitment. Somebody else has to pick up. We can't just complain about it. You can't just say, I'm mad at black people and the other stuff. Some of that is your responsibility. You've got to do something about it. If there are kids out there that don't know what NAACP means, you got to teach them. If the folks at the SCLC are not running the organization the way you want to run it, you need to be an active part of that organization. And you've got to wind up giving, and you've got to add to it. You've got to decide that, you know, you're going to take some sort of responsibility in what goes on in your community. Let's go to the phones. Let's talk to New Tim. Good morning, Tim. How are you?
Yes, good morning. I'm enjoying your conversation. And I'd like to send my praises out to the brother Malik Shabazz. And I'm hoping that all will come out well for him. You know, maybe this will be a blueprint for all the activists in the city of Detroit. You know, here his wife spoke talking about we need to come together and unite. Maybe if we all unite and get up under one umbrella and quit trying to be the main person, one separated, okay, but we all up under one umbrella. Here I do this, here you do this, here you do that. But when it comes down to it, here we all together. If we're gonna fight, we all gonna fight together. And we're not gonna put all that fighting on one person. Maybe if we unite and say, here, out of all these activists out here, when it comes time to fight, we're gonna fight together, and we're not gonna let that brother fight by himself. Maybe if ones that came together, he would not have all that pressure on him. But you know, God runs everything, so I can't say
Made
Well, you
nothing
just
like
said
that.
the right thing. I got to go to break, but you're right. I mean, he put all of that pressure on him because there was not enough of us actually willing to step forward and take it. He's had he's had plenty of supporters. We've all supported him, but we haven't done enough. And it's time for us to do more. 313-778-7600. We're going to take the last break of the morning. We'll be right back.
Do you have an idea for an invention or new product? Do you think companies would be interested in your idea? Do you want to try to get a patent? Then call InventHelp now. InventHelp keeps your idea confidential and explains every step of the invention process. We create professional materials representing your idea and submit it to companies who are looking for new ideas. We have more than 9,000 companies who have agreed to review ideas in confidence. If a company shows interest in manufacturing your invention, we can negotiate on your behalf. We have helped over 10,000 clients receive patents. We also offer services including 3D modeling and animation demonstrating your idea, prototyping services, and we use state-of-the-art technology to show InventHelp client ideas to additional companies. Join the thousands of people just like you who chose InventHelp to pursue their idea. We are experienced. We are working for you. We are InventHelp.
Call us for free information at 1-800-460-1663. That's 1-800-460-1663. Again, 1-800-460-1663.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I've had no energy for months and months and months. I had no energy, and I'm a very active person. And my husband was noticing that I was tired all the time, and I was slow at everything that I was doing. And I kept listening to the commercials. And, you don't know if something's going to help you or not. But I decided this was something I was going to do. And lo and behold, in about 4 days to taking them, I was repotting plants. I was doing other things. My husband said to me, "You seem to have more energy." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm fine." And I'm telling you, nothing has ever made such a difference. So anyway, I'm very happy.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code RADIO5.
Attention! Do you owe back taxes, fines, and penalties to the IRS? The IRS now offers new relief options for taxpayers affected by COVID-19, but you can't go it alone. Call Tax Solutions now. Our team of former IRS agents and tax professionals can get you the best deal. We know the COVID-19 rules. Call us and never speak to the IRS again.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
The virus has caused the IRS to take extensive action to help taxpayers. So if you owe $10,000 or more, this is the best time in years to settle your tax debt.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
Remember, the IRS will not give up until you pay. Call 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499. 800-683-9499.
Welcome back one more time. Metro Detroit's Kerry Leon Jackson, your urban conservative. Listen to the 910 a.m. Superstation, Metro Detroit's only urban talk radio station. The number here in the studio is 313-778-7600. 313-778-7600. Today is, again, it's a air quality action day. As I said earlier, if you've just tuned in, I messed up yesterday. I went out of the house and I did not wear an N95 mask. I was out moving around. Didn't think, because I didn't physically see with my own eyes earlier in the day the actual air pollution that you could see later in about 5 or 6 o'clock. We can't make that mistake today. We're going to have this horrible air quality all day today. And so if you've got to leave out of the house, first of all, make sure that your windows are closed so that the air pollution doesn't find its way into your home or your apartment. Second, if you've got to leave out today, you've got to wear a mask. You've got to grab one of those things that you wore all of the time for COVID-19. You absolutely, positively must cover your mouth and your nose and stop some of those pollutants from getting inside of you, or else you're going to wind up feeling the way that I feel right now. So you've got to protect yourself today when you get ready to go out. Also, for those folks that just tuned in, yes, if you already heard on all of the other media outlets, our own a member of the 910 AM family, Minister Malik Shabazz, y'all know that after I got off the air on Monday, as he was preparing to get ready to go to Lansing to receive his Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, brother suffered a massive heart attack and is now on, I believe they said, life support. He's in critical condition at Henry Ford Hospital. We're praying for the brother to recover. We're praying as hard as we can for him to recover. But the truth is, if you've read the post that he himself posted on his page approximately 6 days ago, he pushed himself too hard and he needed to slow down. He apologized to the mothers and said, please allow me a little bit of time, be patient with me. But, he was having some health challenges. He described that in his own words and posted it on his page. And unfortunately, circumstances caught up with him. And so we're praying and we want him to recover. We want him to be able to live a very long and happy and fruitful life. But we also know that we've got to pick up the slack. We can't just expect to leave it all up to Minister Shabazz. There is a role, there's something for all of us to do, and we've got to step up and we've got to do it. 313-778-7600. Let's talk to Ms. Leona. Good morning, Ms. Leona. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning to you and Nancy and listeners. I'm praying for Brother Minister Shabazz and for the other person with his son. We have to put it in God's hands. Only a few people will do their talk, but Minister was the one that I believe carried the load by himself. And I'm praying that God restores him as well as the other gentleman with his son. All we have to do is just pray and put it in God's hands. And you keep that mask on. When I go out, I have never taken mine off. So gotta take care of yourself. Love you. Take care. God bless.
All right, we appreciate it. I'm going to, I promise you, I've got work that I've got to do. So I've got some things that I absolutely positively must get out of the house and go do. But my mouth will be covered up. My mouth and my nose will be covered. I will be aware. I don't just have medical masks. I do actually have some of those N95 masks. Have some here inside my place as well as in the car. My only thing is there was no excuse. I should have had it on. I didn't. And as a result, my throat is itching, and my allergies are messing up and everything. And as I said, I wound up having it. I don't use my asthma inhaler that often. But last night was one of those times I had to because I let those pollutants get inside my body. So I've got to do what I can to try and get this crap out of me and to make sure that no more gets inside of me. And I urge and encourage each and every one of you to do the same thing. I know it's tempting to want to have the windows open and let that beautiful breeze come in. We can't do that today. Tomorrow's another day. All of the weather forecasters are saying that this stuff will have blown out of our area. It's going to blow to other parts of the country. Other people are going to have to deal with what we're dealing with now. Well, for those of us that are in this triangle of Detroit, Chicago to Milwaukee, we're in that area. We caught the bad Canadian, the smoke and things first. So this pollution is going to get to you. You've got to make sure that you take care of yourself today and you block it all out and don't let it in. So grab a mask, cover yourself up today, leave the windows closed, make sure that you do everything you can to try and, be healthy because we're going to need all of you. And while we are praying, I need you to continue to pray. Pray for Minister Shabazz. Pray for Kenny and his family and the recovery of his son. Pray for everybody that you can think of that's on the sick and shut-in list. Y'all have your own individual list. You know who you need to be praying for. And as I said, I realize that there are folks who listen to me that don't believe in God, don't believe in prayer. I just urge you to open your eyes and look around and understand that, prayer does change things. Right, y'all? I'm pretty much out of time. Next up is going to be State Representative Joel Jones. Either he or a member of the foundation will be here to bring you information and inspiration from 7 to 9, followed by Anthony Adams. I was glad to see, and I'm saying now, I'm glad to see that Anthony was out at the prayer vigil yesterday. Yeah, I know the media focused on the fact that the mayor was there. All of the Detroit police officers that showed up focused on the fact that the mayor was there. But there were so many good people there who actually care about the community. Y'all know that Anthony Adams is one of those. Anthony was there, and he and I talked about it, for a while afterwards. We love Minister Shabazz. We're praying for his recovery, but we also understand that we can't just put all of that on his shoulders. It's up to each and every one of us to step in and pick up some of those things so that he would not have to run 100% 24 hours a day, 7 days a week out to put out all of those fires and to get the urban peace and justice that he knows that we deserve. I urge each and every one of y'all to have a great day. I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I talked to Keisha last night. I think some of her birthday celebrations have ended, but she's still celebrating. So we'll talk to her and y'all wish her a happy birthday when y'all call tomorrow morning. Y'all get out, have a great day. Keep your mask on today. Y'all have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Aubrey, we're done. You can play the music, brother. And so that we don't have dead air, tell Aubrey plays to turn the music on. I hope he didn't step away, and I hope there's nothing going on in the studio that I don't know about. But I'm going to get out today. I'm going to wear my mask. Thank you for calling in. We're not going to forget July 15th. That Minister Michelle's group, and while she's working with the Lions Club, they will be at 16111 Woodward in Highland Park, the Maiden House. Again, the number, if you need to reach her, is 248-238-4863. 248-238-4863. It's now 6:57. We're definitely into Joel Jones's show. Aubrey, you ready? Aubrey, I don't know if y'all can hear the music. I hear some music playing in my headphones, so I don't know if the broadcast is going out. Aubrey. I hope it's playing, y'all. I hope we don't have dead air. I don't want us to have any dead air. 313-778-7600. Joel Jones will be in now in 2 minutes, and followed by Attorney Anthony Adams later today. Yeah, no, they didn't give me another hour. They didn't give me an hour. I mean, if they were going to give me another hour, I think they would have, given me some sort of a high sign to say, Kerry, we're going to keep you on. That's not what's happening here, y'all. All right. Okay, so I see that all right. So the app is switched off, and they are in the studio getting ready. So y'all have a great day. Talk to each and every one of y'all tomorrow.